after my loss to Ben, I went back and went to some rodeo again, man, and it felt good and to figure out where I came from, you know. And we have a saying that says, "Come out shitting and getting, man," and that's what I did. And in the back we were saying that, "Okay, boys, let's rodeo, let's go do this, man." And that's what drove me just to go.
Did you have a particular combination or a strike or anything in mind that you were going forward with, or was it just let's get out there and see what's there?
It was running him and just when I got there, I was gonna figure it out. That's what was gonna happen.
And it seemed like
that's how it looked, by the way.
And it seemed like you had him in a little bit of trouble early. It seemed like a lot of that stuff really came through, but then you kind of slowed down a little bit. Was that, on purpose? Did you think, okay, I don't want to overexert myself, or was that just kind of that old mindset setting in? What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely hurt, and I was having fun, man. I was having a good time out there, but he was definitely hurt. I think I could have finished him a couple of times, and I did. You're right, I kind of backed off and admired my work, I guess you could say, but man, fighting at altitude, I was definitely getting tired. It was good to be back home. Take a deep breath, like, wow, I'm third round, I'm dying. But yeah.
He kind of pawed at his eyes a couple of times, and was there ever a moment in your head where thinking, my God, here we go again?
Yeah, like when he spit his mouthpiece out again for the 7th time in a row fight. So yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just what he is as a guy, and everyone needs to know that. So I'm glad he did it again.
And this was obviously a great performance. I mean, obviously the win over your rival means a lot, but do you think this was one of the best performances of your career, regardless of the fact that it was against Jamie Varner or not?
I do, man. I definitely owe a lot of my credit to my wrestling, man. All the guys that I was wrestling, and just get me ready, get me wrestling. That was the mindset I was in this. I didn't do so much striking or just mainly we drilled wrestling all the time, and I felt good. And coming out there and him not taking me down and me taking him down felt great.
And so far the shortfalls have been in the title fights. But this was kind of like a title fight in a lot of ways. The amount of attention, the amount of pressure, the amount it meant to you. Do you feel like this is in any way getting over kind of a middle hurdle that maybe the next time a title fight rolls around you'll be in better shape?
So you're saying whenever there's pressure I fold? I agree with you.
That guy said it back then.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. And this, to me, was bigger than a title fight. This is the fight that I've been wanting for, as far back as I can remember. So it felt good to have the win over Jamie. And yes, just getting over that hurdle of when it counts, can Cowboy do it? And tonight I came through and it felt like I did. So.
Donald, can you kind of talk about your feelings towards Jamie, because he kind of highlighted on it. I think a lot of other people noticed it. It was like you kind of high-fived him and then you shoved him. I mean, they were like conflicting things. You actually touched gloves at the start of the 3rd round. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, he was coming. As a fighter, I said, Jamie, I got nothing to take away from the guy. He isn't where he is because he's a bad fighter. And so I was giving credit where credit was due, And then at the end of the fight, he tried to hug me or something. So I was like, get away from me, And that kind of, I don't know what exactly went down, but words were exchanged, But I still don't like the guy, I just because we fought. It's not beef, isn't squash, so I still have ill feelings for him. And as a fighter, like I said, I got nothing bad to say about a fighter, but as a person, I think he's got no backbone. So
you kind of attributed it to getting back to your wrestling, but was there anything else that you can kind of say that really put together? Because I think a lot of people are going to watch this fight and say that, and even Jamie said this was a different Donald Cerrone. I mean, was it because of it? Was it more motivation, or was it? I mean, really was it completely the wrestling, or really what was it that kind of made you turn that switch tonight?
Just the sheer hatred for the guy, is what really drove me to do it. But I owe a lot to the wrestling, not allowing him to dictate the pace of the fight. I think controlled the pace of the fight, allowing me to do what I wanted to do. Definitely took so, and I owe that to wrestling. As much as I hate wrestling, and it dictates where the fight's going to go. Is he going to take me down, or am I going to take him down? Where's the fight going to go? And I owe a lot to that, just because I was able to not get taken down and take him down and dictate. Okay, let's stand. Okay, now I want to take him down.
When you guys were waiting for the decision, it was like he said something to you and you laughed. That might have been nothing, but do you remember what he said to you?
He said, "Who was that guy?"
Really?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Typically, when a fighter brings heavy emotions into a fight, as you both did, it can either be a very sloppy affair or it can be a really, really spirited affair. Did you feel that having to control your emotions before this fight began was the key to winning this fight?
I let my emotions take over in this fight. That's exactly what drove me to it. I was teary-eyed, standing there looking at my corner, just about to cry. So it was all emotions. Yeah, I couldn't help but just, that's how I felt. Yeah.
All right, thanks.